unit step function. The unit step function u of t minus a is defined as u of t minus a equal to 0 when t is less than a and equal to 1 if t is greater than or equal to a, where this a is always positive. This is the definition for unit step function. The unit step function u of t minus a is defined as u of t minus a is equal to 0 when t is less than a and 1 when t is greater than or equal to a. Now we can show graphically. There is here A is a point, here from 0 to a the value of the function is, here we can see that from 0 to a the value of the function is 0, and from a to infinity the value of the function is 1. Okay. As a particular, this u of t minus a can be written as u of t. It is equal to 0 when t less than 0. Here we are putting a is equal to 0. Therefore we get u of t equal to 0 when t less than 0 and 1 if t greater than or equal to 0. In some cases in problems we will take a as 0. In that case we will get u of t instead of u of t minus a. Now we are going to find out the Laplace transform of unit step function. It is very important. It has so many important applications in every field of engineering. Okay, Laplace transform of e of t minus a. We are considering the Laplace transform of the unit step function. The usual formula integral from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st. In the place of ft we have u of t minus a with respect to t. The limit from 0 to infinity can be divided into two. First one is 0 to a e raised to minus st u of t minus a dt plus a to infinity can be divided, 0 to infinity can be divided into 0 to a and then a to infinity. Okay, e raised to minus st u of t minus a dt. From 0 to a the value of u of t minus a, the function is 0. From a to infinity, the value of u of t minus a is 1. Therefore, we have integral from a to infinity e raised to minus st dt. Now, integrating this with respect to t, we will get e raised to minus st by minus s, limit from a to infinity. It is equal to minus 1 by s. Then applying the limits, first upper limits to t will get e raised to minus infinity, then lower limit to t will get e raised to minus s into a. It is again equal to minus 1 by s into e raised to minus infinity is 0, that we already know. Therefore we will get minus 1 by s into minus is 1 by s e raised to minus as. Therefore, the Laplace transform of u of t minus a is equal to 1 by s e raised to minus s. Here also we can write in particular when a equal to 0, Laplace transform of u of t equal to 1 by s into e raised to, in the place of a put 0, e raised to minus 0, that is 1, therefore it is equal to 1 by s. So Laplace transform of u of t equal to 1 by s, and Laplace transform of u of t minus a is equal to 1 by s e raised to minus as. Next we have second shifting theorem. If Laplace transform of f of t equal to f bar s, then Laplace transform of f of t minus a into u of t minus a equal to e raised to minus as into f bar s. That is, if Laplace transform of f of t is equal to f bar s, then Laplace transform of f of t minus a u of t minus a is equal to e raised to minus as f bar s. Next proof. Laplace transform of f of t minus a into u of t minus a is equal to the usual formula, integral from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st. In the place of f of t we have f of t minus a, u of t minus a with respect to t. Here we will divide integral from 0 to infinity into 2, that is from 0 to a, then from a to infinity of e raised to minus st, f of t minus a, u of t minus a dt. I am dividing it to 2. 0 to infinity is divided into 0 to a and from a to infinity. From 0 to a, the value of u of t minus a is 0, that we already know, and from a to infinity it is equal to 1. Therefore, is equal to 0 to a, I will write it as 0 to a e raised to minus st f of t minus a into, from 0 to a the value is 0, so 0 dt plus integral from a to infinity e raised to minus st f of t minus a, u of t minus a from a to infinity is 1 into dt. Therefore, the first term becomes equal to 0, the other term is integral from a to infinity e raised to minus st f of t minus a dt is equal to integral from a to infinity e raised to minus st f of t minus a dt. Now here put t minus a is equal to u, so that t is equal to a plus u, so that dt becomes equal to du. Okay, so in the place of t substitute a plus u. In the place of t minus a we substitute u. dt becomes equal to du. We are converting dt to du. For that we will put t minus a is equal to u, so that t becomes equal to a plus u and dt becomes equal to u. Here the limit also changes. Here we have the limit of t. It is the lower limit and the upper limit also changes. When t equal to a, what happens? Here a becomes equal to a plus u, or u becomes equal to 0. Therefore, the lower limit changes. It becomes u equal to 0. Now what about the upper limit when t equal to infinity? When t equal to infinity, infinity is equal to u. That means u becomes equal to infinity. Therefore, the upper limit becomes equal to infinity. Again, this can be written as here 0 to infinity e raised to minus as. First term minus sa or minus as into e raised to minus su into f of u t. Okay, here with respect to u, e raised to minus as is a constant. Therefore, we will write e raised to minus as and from 0 to infinity e raised to minus su f of u t. What is e raised to minus st f of t dt? It is the Laplace transform of f of t. Therefore, here we can write it as the Laplace transform of f of u. Laplace transform of f of u. The Laplace transform of f of t or f of u can be denoted as f bar s. Therefore, the Laplace transform of f of t minus a, u of t minus a problems. Find the Laplace transform of e raised to minus t into 1 minus u of t minus 2. The question is e raised to minus t into 1 minus u of t minus 2. Laplace transform of the question is e raised to minus t into 1 minus u of t minus 2. It is equal to Laplace transform of, we can multiply by e raised to minus t and we get e raised to minus t, then minus sign, then e raised to minus t into u of t minus 2. Now we can divide this Laplace transform of e raised to minus t and minus Laplace transform of e raised to minus t u of t minus 2. Okay. Here we know the Laplace transform of e raised to minus t by using Laplace transform of e raised to at. We have it is 1 by s minus a. By using or putting a equal to minus 1, we get the Laplace transform of e raised to minus t, that is 1 by s minus minus a. Okay. Now here for this we have a function of t and u of t minus 2. But we know the Laplace transform of function of t minus a and u of t minus a. So here in the place of a we have 2. It is clear from this function u of t minus 2. But here we have only the function of t, there is no term containing t minus a. So here we have to put e raised to minus of t minus 2. We have to convert t to t minus 2. Okay. At that time, when we split this, we get e raised to minus t. It is, I will show here, e raised to minus of t minus 2 is actually e raised to minus t into e raised to 2. E raised to minus t is already here, but e raised to 2 is the added term. So we have to nullify the term. For that we will multiplying by e raised to minus 2. When e raised to 2 and e raised to minus 2 becomes e raised to 0, that is 1. Okay. Then the term u of t minus 2. It is equal to 1 by s plus 1 minus Laplace transform of this term. Here e raised to minus 2 is a constant term, therefore take it outside. Then we are going to find out the Laplace transform of e raised to minus of t minus 2 u of t minus 2. We already know the Laplace transform of f of t minus a u of t minus a by using second shifting theorem as e raised to minus as f bar s. Now here we have the Laplace transform of a function that is e raised to minus t minus 2 u of t minus 2. Therefore here we can apply this result, that is e raised to minus, here a is 2 minus 2 into s. What is f bar s? F bar s is the Laplace transform of f of t. Then what is here f of t? Here f of t is e raised to minus t, isn't it? The function of t is e raised to minus t. Here e raised to minus t is converted to e raised to minus of t minus 2. Okay. Therefore, the Laplace transform of that one is 1 by s plus 1. S minus minus 1, that is 1 by s plus 1. Therefore, in the place of f bar s, we can substitute 1 by s plus 1. Therefore, again this Laplace, that is the Laplace transform of e raised to minus of t minus 2 u of t minus 2 is equal to e raised to minus 2s into f bar s. F bar s is the Laplace transform of f of t. Here f of t is e raised to minus t, which is equal to 1 by s plus 1. Okay. Therefore, the final answer is Laplace transform of e raised to minus t 1 minus u of t minus 2. This question is equal to this 1 by s plus 1 minus e raised to minus 2 into, in the place of Laplace transform of e raised to minus of t minus 2 u of t minus 2, we can write 1 by s plus 1. Sorry, e raised to minus 2s into 1 by s plus 1. That is again equal to 1 by s plus 1 into 1 minus e raised to minus 2 into 1 plus s. This is the final answer. The second question is find the inverse Laplace transform of e raised to minus 2s by s minus 3. That is L inverse of e raised to minus 2s into 1 by s minus 3. Now we know that by using second shifting theorem, L of f of t minus a u of t minus a is equal to e raised to minus as into f bar s. Then L inverse of e raised to minus as into f bar s is equal to f of t minus a u of t minus a. Here we have the same question, L inverse of e raised to minus 2s, where a is equal to 2. And f bar s, in the place of f bar s, we have 1 by s minus 3. This is equal to, we can directly write it as f of t minus a u of t minus a. Then f bar s is given, then we want to find out f of t. F bar s is L inverse of f bar s is f of t. That is L inverse of 1 by s minus 3 is equal to e raised to minus 3t. Therefore, we have f of t is e raised to 3t. Therefore, applying the second shifting theorem or second shifting property, we have L inverse of e raised to minus 2s into 1 by s minus 3 is equal to f of t minus 2. T minus a means t minus 2 and u of t minus 2. What is f of t minus 2? e raised to 3 into, in the place of t we have t minus 2 into e of t minus 2. This is the final answer.